recording of energy by the sensor. So far, we have mainly considered the nature and characteristics of electromagnetic radiation in terms of sources and behavior when interacting with the materials and objects. It was stated that bulk of the radiation sensed is either reflected or emitted from the target, generally through air until monitored by a sensor. However, it should be mentioned that additional energy matter interactions take place when the energy reaches the remote sensor. Now, let us try to understand what happens. Ideally, the radiant energy recorded by the camera or detector is a true function of the amount of radiance leaving the terrain at a specific solid angle. Unfortunately, uh, other radiant energy may enter in the field of view from various other paths such as atmospheric interaction, solar irradiance, sky irradiance, and scattering, and they introduce confounding noise into the remote sensing process. As you can see, additional energy are coming towards the sensor from different areas. This effect is known as adjacency effect. Near to the boundary between two regions of different brightness, the adjacency effect result in an increase in the apparent brightness of the darker region, while the apparent brightness of the brighter region is reduced. As you can see, for example, this area is also getting the light from this area, so therefore this area will be rather brighter in comparison to the central location of this study area. So this is basically known as adjacency effect. Only a small amount of total radiance at the sensor is actually reflected by the terrain in the direction of the sensor system. It would be wonderful if the total radiance recorded by the sensor equaled the radiance returned from the area of interest. But unfortunately, the energy recorded by the sensor is not equal to the energy reflected by the terrain. Thus, the total radiance recorded by the sensor, becomes LT plus LP. LT is the transmitted energy reflected by the terrain, and LP is the path radiance. The path radiance generally introduces unwanted radiometric noise in the remotely sensed data and complicates the image interpretation process. A great deal of research has gone into developing methods to remove the contribution of path radiance. However, they are not always very efficient. And because of this path radiance, often many remote sensing agencies don't prefer to capture the blue band. They start capturing the images from the green band. Next is transmission, reception, and processing. Remotely sensed data may be collected using onboard aircraft remote sensor or cameras or onboard satellite sensors. Aircraft remote sensing system may also be referred to as suborbital or airborne or aerial remote sensing. Satellite remote sensing system may also be referred to as orbital or satellite borne remote sensing system. Aircrafts and satellites are known as sensor platforms. Data obtained during airborne remote sensing missions can be retrieved once the aircraft lands. it can then be processed and delivered to the end user. However, the data acquired from satellite platforms needs to be electronically transmitted to the earth, since the satellite continues to stay in orbit during its operational lifetime. The technologies designed to accomplish this can also be used by an aerial platform if the data is urgently needed on the surface. There are three main ways for transferring data acquired by satellite to the Earth's surface. The data can be transmitted directly to the Earth if the ground receiving station is in the line of sight of the satellite. If this is not the case, then data can be recorded on board the satellite for transmission to the ground receiving station at a later time. Now, data can also be relayed to the ground receiving station through the tracking and data relay system satellites, which consists of a series of communication satellites in geosynchronous orbit. The data is transmitted from one satellite to another until it reaches the vicinity of appropriate ground receiving station. In India, ISRO operates one ground receiving station at Sadnagar, that is approximately 55 km away from Hyderabad. Sadnagar covers all of India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Burma, Thailand, and portions of Iran, Oman, Colombia. The data is received at the ground receiving station in a raw digital format, which may, if required, be processed to correct systematic, geometric, and atmospheric distortions of the imagery. Then finally, interpretation and analysis. Data alone cannot be used for decision making. It must be interpreted or analyzed before one can extract information. The analysis of remotely sensed data is performed using a variety of image interpretation and processing techniques, which fall into two broad categories: visual image interpretation and digital image processing. Both analog and digital image data allow the analyst to perform scientific visualization, defined as visually exploring data and information in such a way that we can gain the understanding and insight into the data. Most of the fundamental elements of image interpretation are used in visual image analysis, include size, what is the size of the object, what is the shape of the object, then shadow, color, parallax, pattern, texture, site, situation, association, and several other things. The human mind is amazingly adept at recognizing these complex elements in an image or photograph, because we constantly process the profile view of the earth features every day and continuously process images in books and magazines or on television. Now, in case of digital image processing, scientists have made significant advantages in digital image processing of remotely sensed data for scientific visualization and hypothesis testing. It is commonly known that human eye can distinguish only between 40 to 50 shades of gray when interpreting a grayscale image. A computer can analyze each of the data in an image using various digital image processing techniques. Now, information derived from remotely sensed data is usually summarized as an enhanced image map or orthophoto map or thematic map or spatial database file or statistical output or graphs, etc. Thus, the final output products often require knowledge of remote sensing, geography, cartography, geology, physics, mathematics, statistics, computer science, information technology, GIS, and obviously social science as well as the systematic science being investigated. They are actually soils, agriculture, forestry, wetland, urban, etc. The analysts who understand the rules and synergistic relationship between the technologies can produce output products that communicate effectively. Finally, the applications of remote sensing. Remotely sensed data are analyzed in vacuum without the benefit of other collateral information such as soil, hydrology, agriculture, urban, etc. is meaningless. So, remote sensing may be used for numerous applications. And in case of Earth observation, it can be used for many different purposes. Earth resource examination is defined as any information concerning terrestrial vegetation, soil, mineral, water, and urban infrastructure as well as and also certain atmospheric characteristics. So, our focus is on the art and science of applying remote sensing for the extraction of useful earth resources information.